Well, let's stay on top of the KZN flooding and disaster. It's been days now, and yet people are still hoping to find family members who've gone missing or have been swept away by these devastating floods. Search and rescue operations are now gaining momentum as more people and organizations are joining in on the effort. So what does it look like this Sunday afternoon? eNCA reporter Lethiwe Mdluli is in Marianhill for us. Let's head over there now and have a word and find out how we are looking today. Hello to you, Lethiwe. So give me a sense of what it looks like in your area at the moment. I'm still seeing debris lying on the ground behind you, and I'm not seeing much rain falling on you, which is obviously good news.
Well, Gareth, the search and rescue operations have, of course, intensified across Durban. Earlier on, we were in Inanda, where the search and rescue teams were looking for two family members who went missing during the floods on Monday. There was also a search and rescue team that was looking for two young girls that were unfortunately swept away. But right now, we are in Marianhill, and I just want to let you in on what we are standing on. A lot of debris. This area, of course, was one that was affected by the flooding on Tuesday, and unfortunately there is one missing person that still remains unfound. Search and rescue teams were here earlier on, but they have called it a day here, and unfortunately the search was unsuccessful. But right now I'm joined by a family member, uPuthemba. Puthemba, ngiyabonga ukuthi nisijoyine sizokhuluma nathi. Ngicela nje ungichazela Puthemba ukuthi kwenzakalani ngolosibili navuka kunjani because of imvula.
Ngiyabonga ukuthola lethuba. Into enze ngolesibili angiyazi ukuthi nga-explain kanjani because ilade ngikhona la ngicashe khona izindlu ziwile zonke, but fortunate ngakhona ukuthi ngikhona ukuphuma. And kwase kuyenzeka utholakala ukuthi ubhuti wami uyangimemeza sokhaxeke ehlahleni yena uhlala ngenhla kwami beka umakotwa kakhe, so umakotwa kakhe uyena lo ongatholakala. Ubhuti wami kodwa yena ukhona ulimele akakhona usho ukuhamba usesibhedlela kwamanje.
Puthemba, talk to us about how you're feeling as umndeni since nilahlekelwe umuntu, and how is your brother feeling? His wife is still missing.
Akhulume kakhulu because umndeni still even kumanje uyangifonela uyakhala, and inkinga lenkulu ushiye ingane ezincane lenye ino 19 months lenye ino 5 years, and iproblem lenkulu kakhulu ukuthi abathandaza ukuthi amane atholakale because abekho right nje ngabeka kanjalo, and even no bhuti wami akakhona usho ukudla ucabangana lento enzekile.
Ubungichazela ukuthi nabathola noba uthube bambelele esihlahleni on Tuesday, but unfortunately usisi yena ngikwazanga ukumkhipha. Manje khona bagulayo because of the situation. Take me through that.
Yeah, kanjalo sisi ubhuti wami ukhonile ukuthi akhaxeke esihlahleni, usisi yena waphunyula wahamba namanzi, and omunye usisi utholakele, but utholakele asaphila yize aphukile, kodwa nje uyethemba uyelulama. Omunye ushonile washona at the same time.
Nidingani manje from authorities? Search and rescue teams were here. What do you need? I know ukuthi ubhuti uthe uzokhuluma about this section ukuthi nidingani from authorities. Ngicela ungichazele nje ukuthi yini enidingayo.
Uthulana kadladla lo la endaweni esikuyona indawo engekho right, ithiwa indawo semfuleni abantu abadala abaziyo ngayo. So sinobaba omdala manje noma asebegugile, so ubaba manje athi ngimhambise esibhedlela njengamanje, so akuyona indawo eright ukuthi ngahlala abantu asebekhulile le. So besifisa ukuthi ngathi bangasuswa la kule ndawo bathole indawo engcono esafe kunalesi kuyona njengamanje. Ngiyabonga.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Thank you.
So, Gareth, those are the family members of the missing woman. The search and rescue teams are currently trying to locate her, but unfortunately, they've called it off today because they were unsuccessful. But what the gentlemen are saying here, they were just relaying what happened on Tuesday night when they woke up at around 2 a.m. in the morning. He is saying that they had houses situated in this part of the area, and unfortunately, those houses were flooded, and then they came down and during that that whole ordeal, some of the people that were inside those houses found trees to hang on to, but unfortunately the lady that we are currently searching for was unable to hang on to something, and she was swept away. Her husband was fortunately saved because he was able to hang on to the tree that you're seeing right now. And what the family is saying is that it's been a very difficult time for them over the past week because they are unable to bring closure to their loved one, and currently they're just urging authorities to move some of their family members because they are saying that this area is not safe, and they are hoping that the search and rescue teams will be able to locate the missing person.
Just imagine the terror of trying to hang onto a tree outside your house and being swept away, and watching your wife being swept away from you. Lethiwe, just very quickly, you mentioned authorities and the community asking for assistance. We know search and rescue is there, but Marianhill is one of the more built-up areas. It's one of the more accessible areas. We know that outlying smaller villages in KZN are an issue to get to. What kind of help is government providing that you've seen or that residents are telling you in Marianhill, if anything?
Well, Gareth, when we actually were driving into Marianhill, there were a lot of roads that were affected by the floods. So the infrastructure is not that good at the moment, but we were able to make our way to this area. So we've seen a lot of municipal workers busy on the streets trying to build a way for residents to make their way into different areas across the city. Of course, yesterday I was in Umlazi. That township still remains inaccessible. We also went to Inanda a bit earlier on. The infrastructure there is not good. The roads were badly damaged, but they are still drivable. We also saw a lot of houses and a lot of tents that the municipality has erected. They're also using community halls at the moment to house those affected, but unfortunately it's thousands that have lost their homes. On the last count, there were over 40,000 people that were left displaced by the rains. And unfortunately, government is trying to do as much as they can, but communities are saying that they need safer areas where they can be safe because of the rains continuing. But for now, there is no rain, luckily, and some communities have found shelter with their neighbors in those halls and also in those tents that government is currently providing at the moment.